comments below. My name's Poet. Who are you?
David Vujanic.
And this is a show where you leave your comments below, and some of them are hot. But it's not an epic moment today. Why? Because we happen to be in Maradona's house, and it is transfer deadline special. With comments below.
And you have signed for Chelsea.
Corrado.
You have, and we're keeping up a lot live with the transfers.
Yes.
Absolutely live.
We'll be here until 11 o'clock. And guess what? Aaron Lennon has just signed for Everton on loan. Just signed.
Just got this info right now.
But you know what? It is comments below. So let's start on with the show because we've got to talk about the weekend's football. Frankie Davis just said, Chelsea won, City won. As you were in the league at the top, but as a Chelsea fan, was delighted to see Super Frank get the reception he deserves.
Did he? Because look at this photo. We've got a gentleman. He's quite handsome. It says, Lampard, you are not a legend anymore. You are a traitor to Chelsea FC and Chelsea fans.
It wasn't all slating Frankie Lampard. There were a couple of people that were showing, their compassion and their appreciation for him. Frank Lampard forever in our hearts. Thank you for everything. Another one saying, Lampard is a legend. Frank Lampard, what a decade at the club. Record goal scorer. He's won the Champions League. He's won Premier Leagues. Absolute legend, yes or no?
No. I'm looking at it as an emotionally attached football fan to my football club. If Steven Gerrard, after his proposed move to LA Galaxy or New York, says now, you know what, I'm just going to go to City on loan, I would lose it. I couldn't watch him play in City colours and score a goal or even hug a fellow player again. I wouldn't be able to take that. What do you guys think? Copper fam, you guys watching this show, do you feel Frank Lampard deserves that legend status, or has he tainted it with his move to Man City?
Someone I feel that Chelsea missed on Saturday was Diego Costa. And speaking about Diego Costa, a really interesting comment from Barnaby Mantolo. He says this, one more stamp and Costa would have had a free coffee. #disgrace. Now, what I will ask you right now, Vuj, and it's good to get your opinion, because Gary Neville tweeted something quite interesting. How can we tell whether that Diego Costa stamp was on purpose? Surely the opinion is somewhat subjective.
I was at the game. Costa was playing a bit dirty.
Okay.
He wasn't being nice, as he is. But watching the video...
1 second, yellow bar, breaking news. Mr. Zaha has gone back home. He's gone to Crystal Palace. Maradona will be ecstatic about that. Fantastic news. Zaha has gone home. Vuj, please proceed.
Costa, he didn't deserve the ban. He was looking the other way. His tracking foot stepped on Can.
Yeah, Can.
And he kind of elevated from that. It didn't look like he went to stamp him, but to kind of go off the ground and carry on running.
Tell us what you think, Copper fam. Did Costa deserve the ban? Another player I feel Chelsea missed was Mr. Cesc Fabregas, and that leads us on quite nicely to a prize that Puma has given us. Maradona, thank you very much. They have given us the brand new Evo Power 1.2 range boot, which is worn by Mr. Assist himself, Cesc Fabregas.
He's actually said these are the best boots that he has ever worn. And apparently, the technology behind these boots is that they mirror kicking a ball barefooted. Now you're thinking, how do I win these beauties? All you have to do is share this wonderful comments below video at Copper90, at Puma Football, and #ForeverFaster.
And it's not just boots in the bag. I'll tell you what, mate. You've got a football in here. Decent. I can see shorts, shin pads, socks, instructions. I'll tell you what, there's loads of stuff in which you can win. So please make sure you are at Copper90, at Puma Football. And share this video, man. You can win. All right, moving on. And Sunday saw the return of the Old Firm derby. And a stupid English kiddie says, is Ellie going to be at the Old Firm?
What do you think? This is Copper90, and of course he went to the Old Firm. Here's a little sneak preview.
How big is this derby?
The fucking biggest derby in the world, pal.
Plus Old Firm in 3 years, this is massive.
Made better feeling than beating Rangers.
The best game in the world.
It's hatred. I love to hate Celtic.
We need to beat them today. Pure hatred.
And we've got a comment from David Bergen who says, Celtic 2, Rangers 0. Thoughts? Come on, you boys in green. Glasgow's green and white. Thoughts on Commons' goal? What a strike.
All right, I didn't see much of the game. I got the pleasure of seeing Commons' goal. Should have been saved. A lot of the reports in which I've read in the papers and so on and so forth have just said that Rangers it should have been battered. It kind of breaks my heart because, you know, I've had the pleasure of seeing so many really, really good Old Firm derbies when they were basically fighting for the title in the top league in Scotland. Obviously, financial situations got the better of Rangers, and now they find themselves having to try and get promoted back to the Premier, back to the top division with Celtic. But Celtic are just too good. Come on, Rangers, man, get promoted. Let's have that real Old Firm derby again.
Not that passion.
That passion.
Be passionate like Ellie.
And talking to Ellie, John Macio says, Australia 2, Korea 1, Kings of Asia.
Kings of Asia, Australia. Kings of Asia, England, Kings of Africa. Yes, because that makes sense. Congratulations to Australia. Good game. Beautiful strikes. Extra time winner. But are they really Kings of Asia, though?
I think we'll leave that to Ellie to decide. All right, moving on. It is time for a bit of transfer deadline talk. Booj, give me the latest.
Well, what I'm reading from our sources, the Yak is back. Woo! Return of the Yak.
Once again.
Return of the Yak.
Oh my God.
Yakubu is back. And he's at Reading.
Okay, before the transfer deadline finishes, we're going to head to a pub in North London. And our good friends at Ladbrokes are putting on an event for the fans. And guess who we get to speak to?
Who?
Mr. Chris Kamara himself.
That's unbelievable, Po.
All right, Rouge, let's go.
I'm sorry, I had to.
All right, so inside the building, obviously I'm with Booj, and in the middle happens to be the legend himself, Mr. Chris Kamara. But it's transfer deadline, and I'm telling you what, got to get our Jim White on. Can we get a job?
Can we get the job, please?
Can we get the job? And the young lady.
No.
Why?
Because he's got a Bill and Ben.
It's a bucket hat. Chris, this is stylish because it's transfer deadline. We want to know a really unique and funny transfer deadline story coming from when you were playing.
When I was manager of Bradford City, we got to 4 o'clock on transfer deadline day. I'd been trying to sign 2 players. Anyway, Jeffrey Richmond was my chairman, and I rang him up and I told him about the first player. He said, it's too much money, we can't afford it.
All right.
The second player, he said, too much money, we can't afford it. The transfer deadline then used to be in March, 23rd of March.
I remember that.
So 5 o'clock it ended. He came down into my office at 4 o'clock and he said, I've just sold the goalkeeper, Gavin Ward, to Bolton Wanderers. Now, we only had 2 goalkeepers at the time. We had Gavin Ward and we had Glenn Hansen, who was a Norwegian goalkeeper. Wasn't the best. But he was injured. So I said to the chairman, I can't sell Gavin Ward. He went, you'll have to play the youth team goalkeeper. The youth team goalkeeper was 5'10" and useless. 20-5 on that day, I got a call from Ron Atkinson. He said, I hear you're after a goalkeeper. So I went, Ron, it's only happened about 40 minutes ago. Who told you I'm after a goalkeeper? He goes, doesn't matter. He said, do you want a goalkeeper? I said, yeah. He said, I've got Jonathan Gould, Bobby Gould's son, who's my 3rd choice goalkeeper, and I want to get him off the wage bill. So I said, how much? He went, you can have him on a free. I went, Ron, you're kidding me. He went, no, but the only thing is I've got to ring Jonathan Gould now, 20-5. I've got to get him into the football club. He lives 15 minutes away. Hopefully he'll answer his phone. 5-5 on that day. I spoke to Jonathan Gould via Ron. Ron put him on the phone to me. Got him signed up. We sold Gavin Ward. He was my goalkeeper at the end of the season, and we got promoted via the playoffs.
All because of Ron.
Hey, all because of Ron.
If you're watching Big Ron, you're a legend.
Well, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. We have to wrap up now. We're going back to the studio, transfer deadline. I am with the legend Chris Kamara. It's something I dreamt
That's the
of.
first time I've ever told that story, man.
No way.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Grip on. Bringing you the best. Back over to Poet and Booj at the studio. Transfer deadline is coming to a close. Almost. Not quite. But, you know, we're watching Sky Sports and I can't help but notice that there's no fans.
But to commemorate the top 10 people we're going to miss from the transfer deadline days, we've done a little video with Spencer Owen from Spencer FC. I did a little cameos, did a few sketches. Check it out.
Thanks, Jim. Yes, I'm here on Merseyside where Brendan Rodgers isn't buying anyone. He's just taking Steven Gerrard's sperm and making baby Stevens. Little clones. Isn't that nice, Jim?
All right, Copper fam, the transfer window has officially been closed.
Kaput. It is shut. There we go. Window closed. But a few last-minute deals. Tottenham have signed Dele Alli from MK Dons, and Ryan Bertrand has made his move from Chelsea to Southampton permanent. The Chelsea have signed Cuadrado for £27 million, and we predicted this last week, just saying, Poet, how does it feel?
Cuadrado. I think it's a fantastic move, for not just for Cuadrado, but for Chelsea as well. I always said this boy, the good thing about him is he's got an end product, he's got an assist, he's got a goal. With Schürrle and with Willian, I feel like if they combined, they would make Cuadrado. So Schürrle leaving is actually good for Chelsea. He's got an end product, but everything else up to that, to me, wasn't good enough.
Billy Neville said, I watch every Chelsea match and Schürrle sucks. Yes, he scores goals, but he's so inconsistent. Well, he's gone now. Gone to Wolfsburg. But they're doing really well, though. In the German league, they are second. They absolutely obliterated Bayern on the weekend. And who knows, they might be building a challenge for maybe future seasons to challenge Bayern.
Another ex-Chelsea player moving today from Stoke to Leicester City was Robert Huth. And he tweeted, happy times at Stoke. Thanks for everything. And moving on means I'll maybe fulfill my dream of marking John Walters one day.
But the best part of all this is Robert Huth's actual Twitter bio, which reads, centre half for official SCFC, a small head for such a strong jawline.
All right, so Vuj brought it up earlier, last minute signing for Spurs, Dele Alli. The boy at Milton Keynes, he's gone to Spurs. I begin to wonder, is he going to get loaned back out? He's an amazing young player, but I don't know if that's what Spurs needed. One thing they did do is they got rid of Aaron Lennon.
They did.
He's gone to Everton, and I begin to wonder, is that where Everton needed to strengthen their team? Some good wide players in Morales, they got McGeady. I just feel up top a little bit lightweight. Well, we spoke about an England winger in Aaron Lennon. Let's talk about another one in Wilfred Zaha. Signing permanently for Crystal Palace. He's gone back home. If I'm totally honest with you, that is a really good move. Yeah. Not just for Palace, but for Zaha as well.
At Man United, I thought it was out of his depth.
Didn't get a chance.
Go back home now. He's going to be hungry. Crystal Palace need to stay up. Juricic, Southampton, another Serbian. You know, they have Tadic. I've watched Juricic play. Can be quite nifty. A bit more of a Markovic type player than actual Tadic himself. But once again, it's depth. These teams are trying to get that depth to get into those positions and stay where they are.
Copper fam, what do you feel was the biggest transfer deadline signing? I mean, do you even think there was any? Me and Vuj are going to finish off with AOB, which is any other business.
Any other business.
And 3ZXZ said this. Vuj, were you playing goalie for Dundee FC versus Dundee United? Go check him out. You guys look the same. Yeah. So we've Googled him.
We have.
We've Googled him. We said to ourselves, let's take a look at this guy. His name's Scott Bain. We've got the picture in front of us. And the conclusion we've come to is he looks nothing like David.
But maybe he meant Kyle Leatherin, and he looks nothing like me as well.
But one thing I know David is quite happy about is the return of the Daniel Sturridge against West Ham, getting a goal and wrapped in bubble wrap.
Mate, we better keep him wrapped in bubble wrap. We better keep him as our anything to keep that guy protected. 12 minutes on the pitch and he's already scored a goal. Balotelli hasn't got one in 12 games.
And transfer deadline is absolutely finished. There's no more transfers. It's over until the summer. We're quite heartbroken. But guess what? Comments below still stays here. And most importantly, we still going up.
On a Tuesday.
Got that comment of the week and we choosing. Comments going up.